one. That's big time, right? So I think a few of us are in the parade. They might trickle in drunk, but that's fine. They're gonna be rowdy. It's gonna be awesome. But no, this is a big night for a lot of people that are here in the audience. A lot of local cast and crew, and it really just starts from the top. It's you know, the executive producing team that is you know, had my back when this crazy idea surfaced as a second movie, and to kind of support an indie filmmaker is not an easy task. So to all the EPs, Eric Blatchford, Eric Berger, Natalie Rudnick, David Rudnick, Eric Berger, Steve Burke, thank you guys for, just give them a round of applause. But the day in and day out grind of filmmaking is really difficult. It's a miracle to make all the pieces of the puzzle connect, and that doesn't happen unless you have producing partners right next to you. Robin Bennett, Andy Greenblatt, I Am Forever, and you're dead. Like, you guys, I'm the new guy on the block, and you guys are super seasoned. You guys have my back the whole way, so thank you very much. Robin Bennett. Quick pulse check. Crew that are in the building, can you please stand up from the movie? Crew? So we got some crew here. Oh yeah. We got some production crew. All you guys. Thank you. Every single day, consistency, hard work. You guys made this movie possible. And cast that's in the building, please stand up. All these guys are sitting on screen. Thank you so much. And I think Nick will be here in a second, but this is a big project. It's homemade. It's us. This is a story that hopefully you guys can all have a sense of connectivity to. And oh, and one EP that I didn't mention is John Luber. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Thank you, John. This is an off-the-cuff speech, so I'm just going to stop and let you guys enjoy. Thank you, and enjoy the world premiere of Rittenhouse Square. Thank you all for that. Applause for Nick Nolte.
All right, one last round of applause before we dig into this.
All
round of questions, but as always, I'm going to be a little selfish and warm you guys up and start first. So, Brandon, we did debut your first film here, The Nomads, in 2019. Anybody here for that? So a lot of times with first films, you know, that's a lot of ideas and material you've been working on forever. But with your second film, what's the process been like? How's it different from working on The Nomads?
Well, this film, we had a guy named Nolte in it, so that was pretty cool. And we also introduced Dharon Jones to the world. This movie, I actually got to write this one. This was my first swing at the bat writing. So that was definitely a very vulnerable situation for me, but it was special. You know, I feel like if I'm going to do movies, it's going to be about Philly stories, and it's going to be right here at home. So that's what I keep on planning to do. Yeah.
Now, do you get nervous bringing in a star like Mr. Nolte over here, also Mr. Jones?
No. Yeah. I think at first flying out to LA to meet you was I was a little nervous, but then as soon we had lunch and that was pretty easy, and then we started zooming right away 2 to 3 times a week, running lines, and then Dharon came in, and it was I think it was bros at first sight.
Yeah. Now, and Dharon, for you, what was it like to work on this film and with Nolte?
Man, it goes back a year. It was a dream come true, not only to be able to work opposite, an icon, a legend, an inspiration, and please, but it was also working with and talking with Brandon. It was never like a director-actor relationship. It was always like, before this movie happened, to friends also. And I think I really appreciated that, because then it made going on set and doing the film a lot easier for me, because I felt comfortable to do what I could do what I needed to do. And like coming in as like, I wouldn't say a no-name, but like just not really anybody knowing you, and having to go up against this guy, it's no pressure, but I think I took it with the utmost of, like, it was a challenge that I was really looking forward to. And it was a movie, after reading the script and doing a bunch of Zooms with Nick and Brandon, it was like, I just got more and more excited and more into the script, and more just inspired by the movie and by the work, and honestly just seeing it now, I'm like teary-eyed. One, from the story, but also just from knowing what it took for me to get there, and then how things have happened after this, that, looking back on a year, it's like, wow, we made a movie.
Made a movie.
Made a
And
movie.
just a quick little shout out to all the other supporting cast members in this movie.
Yay!
Carmen Ruby Floyd playing Mom, Hildy. Sidney Mae Diaz playing Dominic. No, stand up. Where's Carmen? Where's Sidney? Please stand up. Let's give them a shout out.
That's Mama!
Carmen and I had this inside joke where she just never had a bad take, and I was like, just suck once, please. Please, just like stop being so good. And Sidney was great, and then, we had Hanif Best playing Taylor, and Lenny Steinman playing Richard Harris. So it's just a really nice supporting cast that really helped us out and brought this movie to life with an incredible, and predominantly local crew. So that was really special.
Yeah, the crew is especially fantastic. Give it up for y'all too. I really appreciate it.
We got any questions out there at the moment?
Ooh. Yeah. All right.
Right down here.
Phillies game.
How did you guys like the haircut?
Everyone back. How'd you like the haircut?
Yeah, Nick, tell the truth. How did you really like the haircut right afterwards?
I didn't like the character.
You didn't like the slick back.
I like the hair and the mustache and all that.
He was like,
stuff you could hide behind,
Yeah, you went right back to your room. I gotta dry this, and then you came back. You were a little bit more confident, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of shocking. Change your character in the middle of
the logistical, doing the logistics of filming all of his scenes prior to the haircut, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was definitely fun, but good thing we have good producers and a good first AD to make that happen, so thank you guys.
You still look dashing regardless, by the way.
Hear that? He thinks you look dashing.
Any other questions at the moment? Right over here.
How you doing? I just wanted to say, seeing my son next to an icon actor like Nick Nolte from Princess High to 48 Hours. I'm going way back. It's overwhelming, and thank you for giving me that opportunity. It did bring tears to my eyes. Y'all wonderful. Thank you.
Nick, you like working with Dharon? He was pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah, Dharon was great. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what he was going to be, you know, as he didn't know either. And when we met out there, well, we met on Zoom. Yeah, that piece of technology actually works.
I think that was really a godsend, just to be able to go on Zoom. That's just something that we never thought would be a part of the pre-production process, but you just build all this synergy before coming to principal photography. And you know, with I think at one point all of us were on Zoom just running lines. It was great. So shout out to Zoom.
Shout out making a movie during the pandemic, truly. Like, everything about that was, you know, God sent that it happened.
Were you surprised by anything once you got on set when it came to line reading, the chemistry between everybody, or was Zoom that good?
I mean, I would say that the chemistry between the cast and the crew was solid. We all just kind of embraced this, like, we're the smaller independent movie at the time when they're filming like big time movies, and you know, we're over here just like trying to fight for a tax credit. And you know, I think everyone kind of had a chip on their shoulder. You know, we showed up at Rittenhouse Square, and you know, the whole entire, you know, we have a permit, but there's tons of pedestrians, and everybody just had our back and was really just supportive of our project. So
I know that sometimes people can be a little cranky when it comes to noise. Instead of having Rittenhouse Square, do you have any obstacles?
no, Nick shuts them up if they complain, right? No, people complained about us shooting. You would shut them up.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't. I didn't see it. I saw everybody was quite with us.
Yeah, everyone was great. No one really complained. I mean, you know, some of the more graphic scenes at the beginning, the tree scene, that was certainly not easy to film, but I was just waiting for someone to shut us down. But that we got through that. You know, there were some challenging, you know, mental health stuff that we really hit upon in this film, and everyone really, you know, addressed it and approached it really professionally, and you know, I think they did a great job doing it, so kudos.
Was there a question over here?
Yeah. Hi. Rittenhouse Square itself is such a great character in the movie. Kind of asking Brandon to expound on how that kind of came to be for him.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. And by the way, Officer Glenn right there.
Yep.
One of my dearest mentors since I was a little kid. So Rittenhouse Square, I think, for any of us, who here's from Philly? You know, shout out. All right, so, okay. Rittenhouse Square is the focal point of our town. It's the centerpiece. And I've done a lot of creative thinking there. I've had a lot of therapeutic time there. And so it serves as a character, and it just try to make it as authentic as possible. That is the core of where they spend the majority of their time. So there was no better place. We were originally going to call it Rittenhouse, but then all the crazy stuff with the Rittenhouse situation. So we changed it to Rittenhouse Square, and I think it actually turned out better that way. So it's iconic, and I'm just hoping that we do it justice.
There's another one right over here.
Yeah, I had a question. How many people actually submitted for his role, and what made it easy for you to choose him as it?
For Dharon?
Yes.
For KK?
Dharon.
I think we went through 50. Robin, Andy, what was it like?
At least, but we always knew that Dharon was the one.
Oh yeah, Dharon was our number one, but it was like, yeah, I mean, there was tons. I mean, Nolte here. So, I mean, everyone wanted to be KJ, but we wanted Dharon to be KJ. So that was
Did you go through the,
for you?
yeah,
Well, there's only one Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
But, these guys did great, and tip my hat to Dharon because this is his first feature, right? So to just go toe to toe with Nick, I mean that's a lot of dialogue for these guys, a lot. And Nick over here, 3-time Academy Award nominee, Golden Globe winner, probably 200 plus movies under his belt. And he's coming out to Philly to be a part of an independent film. I really appreciate that. We all appreciated that. And then Dharon to go, just hold his own and beyond. It was a big feat that you achieved, man. And the whole cast. Carmen has one-on-one scenes with you. Was this your first feature narrative as well?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like she had her own singing. It's just like everyone had to go to battle with you, man. And I think it was great.
Some questions over here.
I wanted to know your favorite moment from production. Just favorite moment.
What was your favorite moment, Nick? We'll go down the line here. What was your favorite moment from production?
they come on top of each other. It's hard to say exactly which one. I thought we handled the cemetery, the blending of his wife dying, in a unique way. I thought that went off well. I suppose I'd say that.
Hello, there we go. I had a couple. One of my favorite moments was when me and Nick were walking down towards, Art Museum, and he was like, pass the water, and I was like, you're so Philly, it's gross.
I think that was an ad-lib.
That was an ad-lib too. Another one was the boxing scene. I got a real kick out of that. Sid was killing me the entire time during that scene. And I mean, also the park scene with the microphone, like that whole scene, that took an entire day, it felt like. So I was pretty upset that day, so I apologize if I had an attitude, y'all, for that day. But just also like the sad scenes too, I really dived deep into those, and the funeral scene, this is also my first time seeing the film, so like my reactions are very like, okay, yes. I'm still dissecting what I just saw, but a lot of really great moments that like watching the film brought the emotions back and brought the waves of joy and happiness and tiredness and all that stuff with it. But seeing the finished product, it's so fulfilling. Tears in my eyes watching it. Several moments, and like the favorite part, like a couple of favorite parts, but just like overall the experience is one I'll never forget. And I'll never forget the people that were a part of it, the people that made it this experience. And I'm just gonna take it with me, learn from it, and just like
Keep moving forward, and that's really at some point.
Is that not indie filmmaking right there?
I think we're asking you to stay here now. You want to finish that statement?
I might have to. I love Philly. The food's great. I'll say that.
For myself, I would say just, I wrote this script. I had an idea of I got my number ones as the leads, and it's coming from a really deeply rooted place. All this writing, and to see it play out the way that you envision, to see it filmed the way you envision, and to do it with some of my closest friends, some of my family, to have executive producing partners that are my closest friends supporting me, to have producing partners that are having your back the whole way, and a cast and crew that I've done mom and pop commercials with, to brand commercials with, to now movies with. It's just a really special thing to, and see a lot of you guys that were here for the first movie, or that were casted in spec commercials 15 years ago when I, didn't have any nickels to rub together, and you guys are all here, and it's pretty wild how circle of life works sometimes, and it's pretty cool to just see it all unfold, all of it. So.
I got time for one more question. Anybody in the back? I feel like we've been mistreating that area. We're not gonna go, all right, all the way back there to the left.
My question's for Nick. We've talked a lot about your long, illustrious career. You've done a lot of films. I'm just curious, what drew you to this movie?
Why this movie? Why I chose to do this script? Well, I read it, and I think it came through my agency. Would you send it to my agency?
Yep.
Yeah. And they usually filter the pieces out, but this one came through. And when I read it, it was an ambitious script. I mean, it's covering a lot of questions about life and death and things that films usually don't go into, you know. They just leave them behind. And, so it touched me, and I got a hold of Brandon here and said, I like the script. And then,
Big Nolte in Philadelphia.
Well, I can't think of a better way to end on. Thank you so much to everyone for being here. Thank you to the three of you.
One more round of applause for the cast and crew who are here.